some of them were jailed, they missed classes. And I was not only doing that, but all the other teachers who were sympathetic with the movement. Well, when they were doing their jail time, they were missing classes, and you were given tests. Well, when they came back, you couldn't give them the same test that you had given their peers. So it meant not only did you have to make tests for your regular class, but you had to make makeup tests. I think about Carolyn Long Banks. I think about Lydia Tucker Douglas. All of those were my students that I was busy using my time in addition to all the other work I had to do to make sure. Also, we take Clarence Cooper and the young men who were trying to pass those tests to qualify for going into law. We were also helping them to learn how to take those tests so they could pass it at first take. Fortunately, he and Marvin Arrington were able to transfer from Howard to Emory as the first blacks. And we were very proud that when it came time for them to take the test to become lawyers, because of the work that not only I had done, but all of the other people at Clark who taught the ancillary courses that they had to take, that they were able to come out and pass that examination at that time, which was very difficult.
A lot of people credit the Atlanta student movement with getting riches to change their policy, and they staged a lot of sit-ins. Do you want to talk
Of course. And I remember as we used to, someone asked me, why did I use the word colored in the title of my book? Because when we used to go to Richards and the Fountains, they didn't have Negro on the top. They had colored and white where you got, your ward and so forth. But there were other places in the store that you could not go, like the Magnolia Room. You could not go to this. And at that time, one of the counterproductive things that thing was that a lot of the people who were black at Rich's, they canceled their their subscriptions because of the way they had treated the black students. And that is when in West End, which had been kind of closed to us, they opened up in that Sears because we couldn't go to Sears either. But as a result, as you remember, Carolyn Long Banks was hired in one of the supervisory jobs there in terms of the earlier desegregation. Some of the people did go back and, take out their accounts, open up again. Some never did, and they say some riches never wanted to come back either. But the point is that it did open up where you could go to places that you couldn't go in the store. And I remember going to the restaurant, which I think it was up on the 6th floor, and the food was really good. And I said, my gracious, we've been coming here spending all this money, but not being able to share the total services. So we have to give it to the young people who made it possible for us to have more options as we were at the store.
Beautiful. I had another story in mind, but you led me right to it. What do you feel was the overall